Hi, I'm Louise from the Ontario Science Centre. Gardening is really popular right now, and most people, when they think of gardening, head over to their local garden centre to buy supplies. But did you know there are lots of things that are probably in your kitchen right now from which you can grow plants? So I went through my cupboards and looked for seeds, and here are some examples of things that I was able to grow successfully. This is coriander seed, also known as cilantro, and I bought this tin of seeds more than 10 years ago. And I thought, why not? Let's try it. And it turns out the seeds are still viable. You can actually see they're blooming. So I'm going to let this go to seed, and I will collect the seeds, and then I can replant them. These are whole green lentils, and these have been sitting inside my cupboard for at least 3 years. But it turns out they are also still viable. I've got these really pretty lentil plants here. I also tried popping corn, and every kernel that I planted has grown. So now I have these beautiful corn plants here. These are adzuki beans, and I took a cooking class last year. I had lots of these beans left over, but I would try them, and they grew. And now I know what an adzuki bean plant looks like. We tend to overlook these seeds because they just sit in our pantries and they look dried out and dead. But if they've been stored in the right conditions, somewhere cool, dark, and dry, then there's a good chance that these seeds may still be viable. Seeds are really built for endurance. They have this tough outer hull which protects the embryo and the energy stores inside. Once formed by their parent plant, these seeds contain living cells that are carrying out cellular respiration at a very, very slow rate, almost like being in a state of hibernation. They also contain water because those cells contain water. And we know this because, for example, if we take popping corn and heat this up, that water vaporizes, causing the kernel to burst open. So given the right temperature and moisture conditions, the cells inside, if they're still alive, will start to divide rapidly and the seed will germinate. Now there's another place that you can look for seeds besides your pantry, and that's in your refrigerator. These are young tomato plants that I actually grew from seeds that I collected from tomatoes that I bought a couple months ago. So with the seeds, I took them out of the tomatoes and dried them and sprouted them, and here we are. If you do this early enough in the season, hopefully you'll get some fruits that you can eat, and if you save the seeds, then you can replant them in the next growing season. You can also try sprouting seeds from other fruits. Here's an apple plant, and this plant is about 6 months old, and I grew it from seed. Now the thing is, it's probably going to be years before this plant is mature enough to produce anything, and then also with apples, you need at least 2 plants to get fruit. You can also try things like citrus and avocado, but same thing. You're likely going to be waiting years to get something, and also it may be really difficult to get the right growing conditions. So it's more of a fun project. Now there's another way you can get plants, and that's from vegetable scraps. Now these are things that most people would throw away, but the thing is, those scraps almost always contain living plant tissue. This is called vegetative propagation. Plants contain throughout their body something called meristem tissue, and meristem tissue is made up of undifferentiated cells that can differentiate, change, and grow into all the other tissues and organs that a plant needs. Now, this meristem tissue is found in certain parts of plants: roots, stalks, and leaves. These are things that we eat as vegetables. So it's possible to propagate plants if you have a piece of the plant cutting that contains that meristem. And the easiest example I can think of is green onion. Now, when you buy green onion at the supermarket, the roots have been cut off, and when I took these home, I cut off the green part, which is the leaves, and used it for cooking, and that left behind the bulb. The bulb of this green onion contains meristem. So if you place it in water, it'll regrow its root system, and it'll also start to regrow its leaves. Now these green onions here, they've been through that process. So this is like having an infinite supply of green onions. You can also try this with other things, like lettuce. If you have lettuce cores, that core contains meristem. So if you place it in water, hopefully within maybe 2 weeks or so, it'll start to grow roots. And these roots are called adventitious roots. They're roots that grow from non-root tissue. So I've got this bok choy sprout here, and it's in a bit of water. Hopefully in a couple weeks I'll have some roots and I can plant it. Another thing you can try are potatoes. So we've all seen potato eyes, and these eyes contain meristem. So if you cut off a portion of the potato and it contains at least one eye, and you place it in water, hopefully it'll start to grow. I hope you have some fun hunting around in your kitchen for things to grow. We would love to see what you're planting, so please do send in your photographs. Thanks so much for watching.